Hi, this is Lisa from Inspire to Thrive. I wanted to share how I came about discovering HubSpot for my email marketing campaigns. Many years ago, when I first started, probably about 15 years ago, I started with MailChimp, which was a free platform. And I used that for probably the first 8, maybe 10 years that I ran my blog and then my business. And after that, I went over to Encharge. There was someone that was helping me out with my SEO back in the day and recommended it. And this person was an affiliate, so I signed up, but I didn't have full access. But it worked for several years, worked well. And then, as you may know, if you follow Inspire to Thrive, I love taking breaks where I go for a walk. Always get creative when I go for walks. And I recently met a new friend who her sister was involved with HubSpot. And so we started talking about different things to do with HubSpot. And when I first began back in like 2009, I remember always reading the HubSpot blog. I wanted to know, how do I do this? How do I do that? When I first got started into this whole blogging and social media era. So I was very aware of who HubSpot was, but I always had that impression that they were very expensive, that it was way above my head that I could afford it. So I got to talking and learned that, well, there's a 30-day free trial. And if you just want to use certain parts of it, like email, it was only like $20 a month. And that included the CRM. And recently, MailChimp changed their pricing, so that free portion was costing me over $20, and then I was still paying a fee over on Encharge. So I was like, I gotta really check this out. So I slowly began doing that. I was able to easily download my contact list from MailChimp and import it over to HubSpot. And creating their emails was pretty easy as well with their drag and drop features. So I've been doing it now for, I think this is my third, going into my fourth week. And of course, you always want to fine tune things. I want to get better at the headlines. I always use the same one, so I'm going to start changing that all up. And the customer service at HubSpot has been fabulous. I couldn't believe whenever I reach out to them, either through usually chat or email, someone gets right back to you. And if you're asking how to do things, they come up with a video. Like, I don't know how they make these videos so quick because they're talking to you. It's, hey, Lisa, this is how you do X, Y, and Z. And it was very helpful. So I'm very impressed. And they have other packages and add-ons that you can do down the road. If you're looking to grow your company, it's really, they have some really great features as well. But having that CRM is something really important for me because I have my regular clients that I work with on social media that I've had a long time. But I also have a lot of international clients. I do a lot of sponsorships. I do a lot of different things. And having everything in that one CRM is really going to make a big difference in how I can grow that part of the business. So I really look forward to doing more within that HubSpot platform because there is just so much I can do. Another thing I started doing before I changed over to that email, I was actually using the CRM with my own clients to send them emails. So once a month, I've never done that all the years. I was always on the phone with them, talking, texting, emails one by one, questions and different things. But when there's a big change in social media, I can now email them all and say, hey, look, this is going on. You may want to consider this instead, et cetera, et cetera. For example, like Instagram now, if you have a public profile, you could be indexed in Google. That's a fabulous thing for businesses to be included on. They'd want to, have that distinction of being able to be found that way. The same with Reddit, Quora. There's a lot of different ones. I did a brand new blog post. I think it was last week. And I went looking yesterday. I was like, gee, I wonder if it's even ranking yet. Well, wouldn't you know, a YouTube video showed up, a Reddit post showed up, and a Quora post showed up. So those are things that you really need to do if you want to expand your website's presence online, especially with all the AI overviews. Now, everything is changing so fast. You can no longer rely on just one thing, whether it's Google, whether it's Bing, whether it's AI, whether it's social media. all of it. It's changed so fast, right? This past year, I want to say I've never seen things change so rapidly. Um, a good example I can point out is if you've been following me for years, you know X has been my preferred platform. It's always driven the most traffic to my site. And just this week, in the past week, Facebook took over. And I don't really use Facebook that much, but I do post on my page there. And I use Q Promote, which also other people post stuff from my sites to there. So there's a lot of different ways around things. And every network has communities, so that's something else to really, to get involved with as well. But getting back to HubSpot, so the reason I wanted to share this with you, because if you had that perception that it was going to cost you, thousands of dollars a month or $1,000 setup fee, not the case. They even have website development. You can start your website up with HubSpot. And something I was thinking about if I ever want to start another retail website, something I've always had in the back of my mind, because that's how I got started in this whole blogging thing, right? It was all because I was managing a medical scrub website, and social media became my go-to, made the biggest sale through X, formerly Twitter at the time. And that's how it all started. And then people started asking me questions how I was doing it. And that's where Inspire to Thrive came about. I wanted to inspire others online to thrive. And so I thought it would be easy to blog instead of taking all these phone calls and emails. Little did I know what I was getting into. But it's been fabulous. If any of my clients are watching, thank you. It's been a fabulous run, and I hope it continues. So I just wanted to share this HubSpot message with you. You can try it free for 30 days. And if you want the CRM and the email, it's just $20 a month. And their customer support is one of the best I've seen. Really happy with it. It's, like I said, it's been about maybe 4 months now since I signed up, maybe 5 months. But the emails I've just really gotten into, and using their forms on the website, that's another thing that's been a little challenging, but with their help, I'm able to do it. So check it out. It's called HubSpot, and I'll leave a link in the description. And be sure to have a great day. Thank you.